To break the record, they had to do 2 runs in an hour. On its first run, Thrust SSC topped 700 miles an hour. Less than an hour later, on its return run, it reached 728 miles an hour, an average speed of 714 mph, well over the existing record. For the driver, pilot Andy Green, it was a triumph, even if his enthusiasm didn't exactly show.
Are you just a little bit excited for once? How excited?
You can see how excited. We're all absolutely delighted.
Richard Noble, who built the car, did his best to get the party going. It was his own 14-year-old record that was beaten. In 1983, his Thrust 2 car reached 630 miles an hour. He always thought the right car could go faster. Built here in Southampton, Thrust SSC, twice as long as a bus, has been handmade, each piece carefully designed, pushing technology to the limit. Thrust SSC is half car, half aircraft. It has aluminium wheels nearly 3 feet high. It's powered by 2 Rolls-Royce Spey jet engines used on Phantom aircraft. It takes just 1 minute from start to stop, burning up 300 gallons of paraffin. If the nose starts to lift, special hydraulics raise the tail to force the nose down again. 60 years ago, Sir Malcolm Campbell's Bluebird set a world record of just 300 miles an hour. But is breaking speed records simply a bit of fun, or is there a serious purpose? Engineers say the spin-off from such a technological challenge is useful.
A vehicle like Thrust SSC is, of course, incredibly advanced and far away from the average road car of today. But in the future, you can't be sure that there won't be little things that trickle down and come into average, everyday involvement.
The Thrust team is not finished yet. They hope soon to go supersonic, nearly 750 miles an hour.
We're up against money, and we're up against winter, and we're up against engineering. So we probably got ourselves maybe another, I don't know, 15, 20 days, something like that, in which to go supersonic.
And then there's the risk. But driver Andy Green says it's less dangerous than climbing Everest. James Wilkinson, BBC News.
The Foreign Office has confirmed that Indian police have found the remains of a body that could be one of the 2 missing British hostages kidnapped by Kashmiri.
Record books, but outside the Black Rock Saloon, the British success was quickly notched up. Thrust SSC, the British supercar, had just made land speed history. RAF jet pilot Andy Green had driven it into the unknown. His girlfriend, squadron leader Jane Millington, had officially counted him down.
SSC, you are clear to roll.
Setting decimal 9, SSC rolling.
There had been last-minute hitches, but Thrust clocked up 700 miles an hour on the first of 2 runs. The British team believe they've sorted out their problems, the parachute system, the brakes and the computers, and they're just minutes away from setting a new world record. Under international rules, 2 record-breaking runs had to be made in opposite directions to prove that the car was not pushed along by the wind or travelling downhill. Andy Green removed any doubt on the return pass, increasing his speed. An onboard camera recorded the awesome sight as the afterburners were fired and the car shot to 728 mph. 400. Team manager Richard Noble had just seen his own world record shattered, but he was delighted.
Fantastic, fantastic. That is just fantastic. It's a really good record.
Congratulations for the driver, but he thought he should have done better.
So we're actually still going quite slowly as we look at it. I mean, we planned this car, designed it to do 850 miles an hour.
Across the desert, Green's American rival Craig Breedlove was still having problems. The 3 times world champion was literally miles behind, but paid his own tribute.
They've worked very hard, done a good job, and now they should enjoy the, you know, the rewards.
But watch out.
Well, you know, we're still working on that record, so you know, that's what this is about.
Messages of praise were sent by the Queen and the Prime Minister. But the new world record may be short-lived. The British plan to go supersonic in the next 2 weeks. Terry Lloyd, News at 10 in the Nevada desert.
Still ahead on News at 10 tonight, Italian earthquakes leave a trail of death and destruction. Monty's comeback tames the tiger